So today we're going to be looking at the anatomy of a chart. Now it's not too complicated, but there are a few different components to go over. Now this whole thing is what we refer to as a chart. And if you're wondering what it represents, you can look over here in the top left corner and see it says NQ. This means we're looking at the NASDAQ 100 futures. Down here we have a time axis which shows where the price was at different times during the day. And over here we have a price axis which shows us what price it actually was at. You can look into more detail than just this, but this gives us a general quick overview of what the price is at. Now it currently shows 1 point between these grid marks, but this will vary depending on movement during the day and the time frame of a chart you're looking at. So sometimes this can be 2 or even 4 points between these grid marks. Now the main thing we're looking at are these candles, which you have green candles and red candles. Green candles are up candles and red candles are down candles. Candles represent price movement over a set duration. And if you look up at the top right, you can see this is set to 1 minute. So it takes a 1 minute for one of these candles to open and then close. And that's what I meant by time frame when I was talking about over here. Now green candles open at the bottom and close at the top. This part is what we refer to as the body, and there are two other parts which we refer to as a wick. These show the low of where it went and the high of where it went. Red candles have one difference. They open at the top and close at the bottom, but they still have a high and they still have a low. So green candles open at the bottom and close at the top. Red candles open at the top and close at the bottom. Now we have one more kind of candle that isn't red or green and just has a line here. This means that after a minute it closed at the same price it opened, so the price didn't move up or down in the end after that minute. Now I have something I'm going to go into more detail with. I just wanted to give a quick recap of these candles first before moving on to something else. Now there are a few different names we can refer to these as, and if you look up here, we could call this one a green, an upwards, or a long candle, and we could refer to this one as a red, downwards, or short candle. Now if you remember from before, this part is the body of the candle, and these parts are the wick of the candle, and green ones open at the bottom and close at the top, and a red candle opens at the top and closes at the bottom. And these vary how long they last based on the time frame of the chart you've set. So you could have it set as 1 minute, 5 minute, or even 1 day as an example. This next part is about points and ticks on the ES and NQ. Now if you look in the top left here, you'll see 1 tick is 0.25 and 1 point is 1 or 4 of these ticks. And I've set a couple examples here, and you might just want to pause this and take a look at it for yourself to help you understand more, but I'll just quickly give you an overview of what it is. We show that each one of these is a tick of movement, and every 4 is a point. And if you notice on here, these ones are whole numbers for these points, and these ones are not whole numbers for the points. Now this was just to show that the important part for a point is 4 ticks. It doesn't matter where that starts from as long as you know where that point is. That's why we can go from 89.75 to 90.75 and know this is 1 point. That's really all I wanted to go over for this, and there will be more coming later on.